please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Welcome back to India Business Hour Plus. Now let's get you the big earnings of the day. Auto major Tata Motors posted a weak set of earnings for the fourth quarter. Company's net profit came in at over 2,000 crore rupees, missing street expectations. Margins also were a big miss. Although the revenue numbers per se managed to marginally beat expectations, coming in at over 90,000 crore rupees. JLR revenues came in shy of expectations as well at about 7,500 million pounds, while profit before tax for JLR's contracted by 46%, coming in at 364 million pounds. Here are what the management had to say on the outlook for the auto major.
See, typically, even with our new launches, we had 4 launches in the last 2 years. We cover only about 60% of the market. And going forward, our aim is that by 2020, at least 90% of the market we should cover. Yes, going forward in this year, we'll have Harrier, which we showed at the Auto Expo, that will be launched towards the end of the year. Concern-wise, yes, I think fuel prices is a concern. $80, or you saw Delhi, I mean, how the prices of fuel are going up, that's a concern. Inflation and interest rates could be a cause of concern. So as manufacturers, we have to strike a balance, find our own ways. And I think despite all this, I stick to that 8% growth which CMS projected. I think it should grow like that.
I think over the last 1 year, while the entire market went up by 21%, we grew by 23%, and as a result, after a market share decline for almost 7-8 years, we have been able to not only arrest that, but we have been able to grow the market share by 0.7%. Within that, we have grown the market share in the intermediate and light commercial vehicle by 2.7%, in small commercial vehicle by 2.1%, and in the passenger vehicle by 1.1%. So overall, I must say throughout the year, good market share performance.
All right, now rising oil prices and a weaker rupee seem to have taken a toll on Jet Airways in the fourth quarter. The airline has reported a loss of over 1,000 crore rupees in the fourth quarter. Now, what's worse is that the company's auditor has raised a red flag regarding the company's ability to generate cash flows to meet its obligations, including financial support. And of course, watch out for that stock tomorrow since their earnings came in after market hours. Now, Fortis Healthcare shareholders have approved the removal of Brian Tempest from its board and have also appointed 3 new directors. The new members on the board are nominated by Eastridge Capital and Jupiter India Funds. Now on to a special series on the 4 years of the Modi government. One of the big push towards employment and employability was a Skill India program launched in 2015. The aim of this mission was to skill India's youth with industry-relevant training and help them secure a better livelihood. This program aims to skill over 1 crore people in the next 3 years. Has the Skill India mission really been successful so far? CNBC TV18 filed an RTI query to dig out some data on the progress of this scheme, and Archana Shukla is standing by with the details. Archana, take it away.
With a clear agenda of improving employability, PM Modi's focus through Skill India has been on providing skills, and hence short-term skilling program has been the key. In response to an RTI query, we got multiple data sets. So just a clarification that this data is a compilation of 2 short-term training schemes data. One, which was the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 2015-16, which had some spillovers in the next fiscal. And the another one, an extension of this program, which ran from 2016 and will continue till 2020, where the government targets to skill 1 crore youth and has budgeted 12,000 crore rupees for this program. Here is what the RTI data reveals. There is a substantial increase in the number of people who were skilled in FY17 and FY18. It has risen more than 4 times, from over 3.5 lakh people in FY17 to nearly 16 lakh people in FY18. But not everyone who's getting skilled is getting placed. In FY17, just over half of those skilled managed to find jobs. In FY18, this fell below 30%, meaning just about 3 out of every 10 persons who undertook the Skill India program in FY18 found a job. So there is a 4-fold increase in those getting trained, but only a 2-fold increase in those finding jobs. Let's break this down into sectors. Agriculture, which is the largest contributor to GDP, saw a 2-fold rise in those trained, but placements were not forthcoming. Only 37% found jobs in FY18. Let's look at the labor-intensive sectors such as leather, the first one. Over 5,400 people were trained in FY17, but this dropped to about 3,000 in FY18. Moreover, only 42% of those skilled found job in FY18. So essentially, there is a drop in the number of people who got skilled and also those who found jobs in the leather industry. Now let's look at textile. The number of people who were trained in FY18 compared to FY17 has halved, and only 55% of those who were trained found jobs in FY18. This is another labor-intensive sector that has seen this sort of a drop. Let's take a look at capital goods. There is another, almost five-fold jump in the number of people who were trained from FY17 to FY18, but only 23% of them found a job in FY18. Leather, textiles, and capital goods are all export-driven sectors, and jobs here are scarce, indicating exactly what's happening in the country overall. Now let's look at the two sectors where the government has made a big push for training and skilling. First of all is the electronics industry. There is an 11-fold rise in the number of people trained from FY17 to FY18, but there is only a 5-fold increase in jobs, with 25% of those trained finding placements in FY18. The IT industry is improving, but the electronics industry, on the other hand, saw a similar picture. They saw a 11-fold increase in those getting trained, but only 2 out of 10 trained in this sector actually found a job. So while there has been a big push to train people and skill people, finding them a job has been the biggest a sore point, and the overall success of Skill India will only be visible and reflect on ground if these people who are getting skilled actually find a job. Back to you.
All right, thanks for joining in with that detailed analysis. Of course, remember that 4-year anniversary is on the 25th. So through the week, we will be bringing you special reports on the report card of Modi government's completion of 4 years. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of India Business Hour Plus. But before we go, South African batting star AB de Villiers has announced retirement from international cricket with immediate effect. In a video message on Twitter, the man who arguably reinvented modern-day batting said that it would not be right for me to pick and choose where and when and in what format I play for the Proteas. Here is wishing Mr. 360 all the best for the future. Thanks for watching the show.